Finish him.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are out there. Oh my goodness.
AzureSharp just gifted 3 subs.
We've got gift subs, we've got cheers, we've got emotes. Good morning. My name is Jeff Fritz.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
So good to see you. Thanks for tuning in today. Today is January 31st, 2020. We're going to write a little bit of code today. I got my Xamarin University hat on up there. Look at that. C# in the cloud, in Visual Studio, with your markup on a mobile device. You can use it anywhere, anytime. My goodness. Trying hard to unlock the streamer love emotes. You're doing a fine job there, AzureSharp. Oh my goodness. 5 emotes shared into, actually 18 emotes shared into the channel. Oh my goodness. For the new, I didn't even get a notice about this. What's going on here? There's a emote thing happening. Yeah, I don't see anything in my notifications here. There's a new emote thing happening now. I guess it's for Valentine's something. I don't know. AzureSharp has a link for us. Yeah, they didn't send an email. There's no notification on the Twitch streamer panel. Yeah. That's me. I'm a Twitch partner. My name's Jeff. Good to see you. They didn't send me any information about this. Streamer love emotes. Okay, whatever. That's kind of neat. There they are. There's a thing. All right, so you cheer 300 bits or more, you give some gift subs, and it unlocks emotes. Very cool. Well, thank you for the generosity there, Azure Sharp. 3 tier 1 community gift subs. My goodness, 900 bits. Thank you so much. And Tenno Diablo, L6G Slayer, and Honey Pop, congratulations. You all got gift subs. And not only do you get gift subs, do you get emotes, but I'm going to make donations to code.org. Thank you so much. There was a minuscule little pop-up when Hugo came on stream. Okay, great. That's fantastic. So for Valentine's, they've got an emote thing. Well, that's great, Twitch. Let us know so we can promote it. Okay. Bunch of things have happened here over the past few days. Not just emotes happening here, but I had to back up a second here. Hang on, I'm going too fast through this. Wednesday, I got to meet with the head, the guy, the muckety muck, the top muckety muck for all of the .NET things. I got to meet with the Scott Hunter. He happened to be on this side of the country, so got to spend some time talking to him. Not the greatest of Scots, but because he wears a red shirt, but definitely a great Scot, yes. And we got to talk about a couple things around the project that we've been working on stream, and then he's kind of excited about what we're doing. He wants to see us get somewhere with this, because it lands in a place that's quite comfortable for all of us, being able to migrate and get folks from that beloved longtime ASP.NET Web Forms framework into Blazor, the modern framework that we really would prefer to support going forward. And we can minimize for the Microsoft teams, the .NET teams, we can minimize support costs if we can give folks an on-ramp onto the latest frameworks. Right, because the less frameworks you have to support, the lower your costs are, and that goes away with any product. When you have multiple versions of products to support, it increases your support costs. So if we can minimize the number of versions, we can get folks into that latest version. Not only does it minimize support costs, but then we can invest more into that latest framework, those latest capabilities, to move the entire community forward instead of having folks dragging behind. There's always going to be folks dragging behind, but if we can reduce that number as much as possible, great things will happen. So we like that. We think that's a very good thing. Along those lines, what I don't think we weren't too familiar with. So that's a big step in the right direction. I went to this location. Let me show you. This is Microsoft/reference source on GitHub. Check this out. I scrolled down here. Keep scrolling. License. Files in this repository are licensed under MIT license unless otherwise specified in the file header. If the file header only contains a copyright header, you can assume the associated file to be MIT licensed. Do you know what that means, friends? Do you know what that means? Oh man, I'll tell you what that means. That means that all the images, all the source code for web forms, which is here in this repository, it's right there. System web UI. Where is it? Where is it? I know it's here. There it is. Open already. Thank you. That's MIT licensed. We can copy and use portions of this without restriction in our code. We just have to declare that we have a reference. We've taken this from that other repository. So, yes, we did. It was suggested, but now we've got verification. Now we've got the go-ahead on this that, yes, there are things here we can lift and reuse. Now, we can't use all of the code. And there are things that we do want to do slightly differently because there's a lot of this that's intertwined with Windows and intertwined with IIS. But we have a path forward that we can look at, start bringing in and improving. Yes, Smab, you're right. And improving what's been built out here previously. So I've gone into our project over here and I've added a line. Portions of the original .NET framework are contributed to this project under the MIT license, and we're going to be able to bring in, thinking at first about the images that we want to be able to reuse for the tree view. But going forward, there's other things that we want to make sure we don't rewrite. Business logic and things that we should be able to just bring along for the ride that function and behave the same way. So, very good things that we can work with there. Ganesh asks, where can you get the cap? You like this one? This was a giveaway from the folks at Xamarin University. They're now Microsoft Learn. 2 years ago at Build. See, I don't throw these things away when I go to a conference. They go into the bag. They go on a shelf here in the stately Fritz Studios here, and on a shelf, and eventually they get pulled off, and we get to wear them. A number of my hats are custom hats that I've had that I made myself. Went to the local custom shop, embroidery shop, gave them a JPEG or a PNG, and they stitched it on the hat. So that's what I've done. A lot of these are custom made. This is not one of them, though. This was a giveaway from a conference. So we have the licensing, we have the approval, and even more importantly, we now have visibility up to through the .NET group that this is something that we want to see a little bit more of. Let's see how much we can accomplish. I was originally saying by the beginning of April, they'd like to see what we can get done before MVP Summit in the middle of March. Let's see what we can get done. If we can get in a minimum viable for a lot of these, we might be able to do it. The big ones that are hanging out there that are going to be difficult, the big components we're going to be addressing, these are the list of components that came out of web forms. The big ones that are going to be difficult are the chart and the grid. These two are going to be tough because the chart, it's wired up and does a lot of rendering with managing pixels that are very Windows specific and how it interacts with system drawing. And that might actually be available for us to use. We'll dig into that a little bit later when we get closer to wanting to interact with the chart. Some of these other ones are very easy for us to work with, so we're going to get into that. We're not going to copy pasta so much, Hugo, but we are going to try and reuse as much as we can, not just straight across. Is there an MIT license to use the logos at your local store? If you want to grab some of the logos that are available, I don't think there is one for Visual Studio, but definitely if you go github.com/.NET swag, you can get all kinds of .NET logos in here that you can use. .NET Foundation, the .NET Source, the Cup of Tea, the .NET Bot. These are all freely licensed. You can take them, Open Live Writer, the Azure SDK. You can take these logos and have them put on a hat, all kinds of things. The Xamarin, Xamagon, that's available. Wix. But actually, I don't see the C# one. The Save the Day is in here also. There it is, Save the Day. So you can get all the different languages on Superman shields here if you'd like. Right? So it's gigantic. It's 18 meg. But view image. No, I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to view it in another window. But this is available. You can download and use, and it does have appropriate licensing so that you are welcome to use these to make whatever you like. Creative Commons 0. No liability, no trademark, no patent, no warranty. you're permitted to distribute and have private use. Private use is the big thing there. You can put it on a hat if you'd like. So, there you go. Never worked with web forms, so you're a bit on the back foot, says Zebcode. Not a problem. Don't worry about that. There's things we can do there. Kabazi has a question. Let me come back to your question there, Kabazi, because that shouldn't be an issue, and we'll talk about that. Zebcode had a question I want to make sure that I address, that we give some time to. And this was posted over in the Discord under Ask Jeff Anything. And I'm purposely not opening Discord here. You know what? Before I answer the question, let me get some music playing. Get into this real quick. I'm going to play Green today. This is music to code by from our friend Mr. Carl Franklin. Scientifically designed, it's engineered to get you in the flow so that whatever task it is you're working on, you can just focus and get stuff done. All those other worries kind of fade away. Check it out, mtcb.pwop.com. You can execute the music command in the chat room. Get that link, get your copy. $30 gets you 20-some songs. Each song is 25 minutes long. It's the length of a Pomodoro. Listen to it once through. Take 5 minutes for yourself. Get up, grab a new beverage, walk around, stretch your legs, and then get back focused on your task and get stuff done. Be more productive, and check out Music to Code by today. All right, so Zebcode had this question, and this is a software architecture design question about composition versus inheritance. And this is a good question. Where do you draw the line? When do you compose too much, or when do you inherit too much? Couldn't you just make everything composition? You certainly could. Absolutely. A dog is an animal, but couldn't the dog class just contain an instance of animal injected via constructor? Sure. Let's finish the question here. Then the dog could just call through to methods on animal. I could see that you'd end up with a lot of redundant methods just acting as pass-throughs. Those delegating methods, yes. Is there a hard and fast rule to where you should draw the line with this principle? So, when I look at this, you set forth immediately right at the top here. Dog is an animal. If you can use the is an or is a, right? This object is this. That's when you inherit. A dog is an animal. An animal is a mammal. A mammal has these features, and you're able then to make all of those features available to dog in this case. You want to inject other resources, other things that it can do, because while a dog may have a run method on it, a run action, the thing that calculates the speed of the dog, right? Well, the dog doesn't calculate speed, it just runs, right? But that speed calculator service, that you may inject into the dog, because that's not something the dog does, right? This turns now into the single responsibility principle. The dog is a dog. Dog knows how to do dog things. But those other things that the dog relies on, gravity. Okay, you're going to inject some gravity manager thing, right? Or the dog eats. Well, how does it process food? Well, there's a food to energy converter service or something that you may inject, because that's not something that the dog itself does, right? While it does it, the responsibility for how that works, put that somewhere else to reduce complexity. Yes, all animals, all mammals will have that same capability, but inject that type of service that does something for it. So, definitely something that you can do there. Yeah, Jeff Widmer, the .NET Swag repo exists. Shmuley suggests, try to think about how easy and hard would be to do using it the other way. Good point. Right, there's questions around, look at the is-a. Is-a is when you do inheritance. Can do is when, has this property, is when to start considering interfaces. So when you describe your objects, when you describe your object graph, that's when you're going to see some of these words pop out, and you're going to want to make that happen. It's those things that are clearly services, right? Clearly features that are more complex that you want to inject and start composing. Acrophobic Pixies here. Hello, hello. Are we recreating Sim Life from Windows 3.1? No. You missed that game? When the critters made it, they went, ooh la la. No. No, sorry. We will not be building games quite like that, Acrophobic Pixie. Multiple inheritance, Shmuley, is a whole nother kettle of fish. And something that gets into much more complex structures. Java, C#, JavaScript do not support multiple inheritance. You can't inherit the features from multiple other objects. Hey, Blazor Mr. Magoo. Good to see you. Sorry, Acrophobic Pixie. So, I wanted to make sure I took some time to answer Zebcode's question, because it's a good question about object design, and I hope you see some of those decisions reflected here in our code as well. Let me open up my Windows PowerShell in the new Windows terminal here. I've really been enjoying using the new Windows terminal. It really has... it has some nice features. Some of the keystrokes I'm still learning. I'm still wandering around. The ability to split, right? To split my terminal here is kind of nice, and to zoom to change font sizes by just scrolling the mouse wheel is pretty cool too. So I've really been enjoying how that works, how I can use that, and I'm gonna continue using that. So. Zebcode has a follow-up. Let me put some of these questions up here. And I need to come back to Kabazi's question here. Zebcode's follow-up is, should this be a service once you determine that you can figure out whether you want to then use composition? Yes. Thinking about things inside of an application, right? The canonical service that everybody ends up writing, if you interact with some sort of data storage, is you have a repository, some way to interact with that data storage, that repository of data somewhere. You're going to get data from it, you're going to put data into it, you're going to update data in it, you're going to delete data from it. You have those 4 basic methods: create, read, update, and delete. And that's a clear service that you inject into other objects. Now, I've been purposely referring to it as a data store because it's not necessarily a database. Database is one place that you can store data. Of course, save data to disk. That's a cheap and easy place. If you can't save data to disk because maybe you're on a web server, maybe your application's running on a phone and you don't necessarily want to be able to save data to that disk, well, maybe you store it in an external service on a website, right? So maybe you have a repository pattern object that gets profile information from Twitter, from Twitch. So your repository still has the same methods. Where it's getting it from could be anywhere. That's an interface for a service to declare and interact with. So these are some of the things to consider as you're doing software. And writing software is like an art. It's not just engineering and having to know the science of how these things fit together, but that's where it becomes an art of where do you draw those lines? When does it make sense to move these things around? And if you draw those interfaces and you set up those inheritance models appropriately, you'll be able to swap out new features more easily in the future. Control-Shift-F. Control-Shift-F. How's it going there, Trap? Welcome in. What am I showing? What am I using for showing the comment? Adam TT222. Are you referring to that? This is called featured.chat. Browse to featured.chat in your browser. And this is a plugin that, not even a plugin, but it's a service that you can connect to with your Twitch channel, and it gives you a browser source that you can put on the screen just like that. This way we can highlight and everybody can see this is the question that I'm talking about on stream. Our good friends at Sleventh Heaven, that's lucky number Sleven. He's another member of the Live Coders team. He's been building and working on this service since TwitchCon 2019 in San Diego. He's done a tremendous job with it. I want to support his efforts, and I've been using this and providing feedback for him since. Really great stuff, and it looks nice on screen. We've been able to move it around. It's just another browser source that you can place anywhere on screen. He's been building some new features, and the rest of the Live Coders team has been providing feedback as well. So really nice stuff. Looks great there, and we're happy to support him. Super Viking, happy Friday to you. You like the font for the comment pop-up? Yeah, let lucky number Sleven know about that. I'm sure he'd love to hear that. Big shout out for him. Thank you so much, Hugo. And Hugo, I need to see you in the principal's office later. I need to swap some messages with you on Discord. Good things happening. Good things that we should discuss. Okay, so let's move on. Let's get into our code. Let's get into the project here. I've already opened up. I've got my terminal running, and the question Kabazi has that about the project is there a reason there's a .NET version specified in global.json? The version listed is 3.1.100. You wanted to open the source on a machine that only had 3.1.101. It took you a while to find out why it wasn't working. So what Kabazi's referring to here, if you look inside of our project, there is a file here called global.json. And if we look at, let's do this. If you look at the contents of global.json, it has an SDK version. This isn't the .NET runtime version, right? This isn't the framework version that we're using. This is the version of the SDK that we're using, the software development kit. The command line that we use right here, .NET-info, and you can see I've got a bunch of framework versions installed. I've got a couple of SDKs installed, and here's the thing. This SDK version that's listed is actually flexible on the patch version. So if you have a later version, 3.1.101, even though I'm specifying 3.1.100 here, it's using that latest patch version because that's the latest patch that I have installed. It now properly grabs the latest version and uses that instead. This way, you're always using the latest patch for this, right? You're getting the latest fixes and improvements within a minor version. It should now flex and grab that one. Let me come back to your comment there in a second, Wanadza. Let me make sure I finish this. So to your comment here, Kabazi, it should have been able to run on your machine with 3.1.101. You shouldn't have had a problem with that. So that's definitely a thing. I look at this and I'm concerned that I've got so many damn versions of the framework installed. And at some point I gotta clean that up. Because each one of these is 400 meg on disk. Gosh, that's a problem. Svava Blount is here. What mischief? What mischief? You bring me this about the mischief. I don't know what you're saying about the mischief. I ain't got no mischief here. Right in the code, okay? Wanadza says about our example around dogs earlier, the injection of gravity and speedometer into a dog object. Explanation really opened your eyes. That's another level experience being shared. I'm not, it's another level of experience, yes, but Yeah, I don't know. Thank you. Happy to share that. It wasn't flexible on your machine. Visual Studio wouldn't load the project. Oh no. Yeah. So the idea with the global.json file is you shouldn't have to specify additional minor versions. It should just flex and grab that latest one. That's a problem. Yeah, I mean, and clearly I'm specifying 3.1.100 here, and it's opening and running. Right? If I say .NET version, oh, come on. Right? It's telling me 3.1.101, even though this folder is requesting 3.1.100. That should flex for you automatically. Nothing worked on Visual Studio until you changed the global JSON to 3.1.101. SMAB is down to only 4 SDKs installed. Good luck staying there. Good luck. Because I didn't request and install the 3.1.200 here. It just got installed. I don't know where that came from, but it's there. You know what? It might be when I installed the latest preview version of .NET. Or, yeah, that would be where I would think that came from. Comes with the VS preview. Ah, there you go. Thank you, SMAP. All right, let me clear that out. Let me go back over to Visual Studio. Here we are. And I'm back in my feature TreeView data binding branch. The work that we did yesterday with our friend Ed Charbonneau, he's another member of the Live Coders team, I merged into the dev branch of, here, you can see in the branches list here, I merged into the dev branch, so that's now available to dev. I think I already merged dev back down into this. It should have merged easily. Get that. There. Well, okay, now I'll merge it down myself then. It's already... Ah, there it is. Style and table item style. So we've got the... And the I has table item. These are the things we worked on with Ed yesterday to make the management of those a little bit easier. Hey there, Eagle. Good to see you. Good afternoon. You think you installed 3.1.100 and it won't load in Visual Studio either. Don't. Yes, if you are using the latest version of .NET, you don't really need the global JSON. I put the global JSON in the project. That's not what I wanted. I put the global JSON in the project so that it kind of forces folks onto the same version of this, so that you're not trying to compile with a version that I'm not considering. I also added a NuGet config file to the project, and I'll show you why. This has a repository path specified of source packages. So if you look in the source folder, there is a packages folder, and the web forms project needs a packages folder. Well, now it knows where to find that because it has a NuGet config specifying it. So this is something that Blazor Mr. Magoo and Hisham and I were discussing over on the Gitter, is that web forms project doesn't restore properly. So now with this, it should. If yes, Smab, you are entirely correct, and I want to make sure I call this out because it's something, quite frankly, I'm not too happy about. If you publish your .NET application to Azure before the SDK, the version that we're using here, is often ahead of the rollout. Azure falls behind on SDK rollouts of .NET. It's one of the historically, it's been the last of the cloud providers to receive .NET SDK updates and .NET runtime updates. Those are facts. It's not something that we're particularly happy about, and it's something that we're working on improving. You wish we could just write 3.1 star in global.json. I don't think that's supported anymore. At one point it was, but it's not anymore. So those are the couple things that we updated, we pulled into play here on the application and how we were working with this. What I want to do though is go back to, here's root, our tree view, and I wrote in these two files, node collapsed, node expanded, figuring, well, I can find an image to replace them later if we're not licensed to use those images from web forms. But we are. I can reuse it. I'm going to go get it. That's what I'm going to do. Fishing Dev says, so competitors get the latest before the company that builds the service does. That's why we're unhappy. That's exactly why we're unhappy. So it is something that we want to make right. And there are folks on the .NET team who are working on that. So I want to find, where is it? These are, it's a .gif for, so web resources, web controls. Here we go. I want to go into this folder right here. So here are, right, these are all, these BMPs, these are the images for the various components inside the toolbox. But if I scroll down here a little bit further, here's the tree view components. So, right, and like tree view default, L expand, and look, right, there's that image that I was trying to copy down and lay out appropriately for us. So I'm going to grab all of these tree view GIFs here, copy them into our tree view folder, and we'll come back and get more of these later for the others. You assume it's to emphasize there is no favorites? No, you'd be wrong, Smat. No. So I'm going to click download here, see if we can, right, I want to. Waiting for token. Brought to you by the developers of Refined GitHub. Source plus info plus enter your GitHub token. Huh? Personal access token. No. How do I want to do this? What's the best way to do this? Because there's a bunch of these files here that I just want to go through and download all of them. Like, I mean, look at these. These are wonderful. Look at all these wonderful files here. Source. Oh, okay, that's the source of this. Info about it and my GitHub personal access token. All right, fine. I'll create a GitHub personal access token so I can download these. So I have an extension installed called Refined GitHub that allows you to do all kinds of neat, easy things here in the repository. Yeah, download, generate token. I want to make sure I don't show that token on screen, because that would be bad. Save file, downloaded. Okay. So I should be able to open. Look at all those bitmaps. Cool. I like it. Let me grab all of these for the tree view. And I'm going to open this folder in File Explorer. Yes, please. Paste these in. And I want to rename them and pull the word tree view off of the front of it. And I'm going to get rid of node collapsed and node expanded. But there are 60 files in here. Is there a way to script this real quick? Right-click Save As would take forever. Super Viking. I'd be at this forever, you know? Right, I don't want to F2 and rename all these things. That'd be a pain in the neck. How should we do this? Is there a script that we can write to just drop those? Maybe there's a PowerShell script we can do real quick. to do a file rename. You know what I mean? So let me see. That's down in source. Blazor web form components, dub root, TreeView. There they are. All right. So I'm going to drop TreeView underscore off the front of it. Windows Power Toys has a mass rename feature. There's a really. All right. Let's bust open. I've been starting to use. You may have noticed this, but I've been starting to use Edge Chromium edition here a little bit more. Windows Power Toys. Here. Right. You've zoomed too far. Build status, great. In order to run Power Toys, you need to be running at least blah, blah, blah. GitHub, blah, 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 blah. Choco install Power Toys. Fantastic. Give me one of those. Yes, I want to continue to do it. I don't care what this says. Just do it. What do you mean not installed? Try that again. Yes. No. Access to the path is denied. All right, I need to be in an admin. Run as admin. Try this again. Yes, run as admin. Stimpy, you fool. Go. Go now. Do it. Okay. So how do I do mass? How do I do mass rename? Power rename. Power rename. Okay. So Windows Shell extension for advanced. Why don't they just call this Windows Explorer instead of Windows Shell? You know? How do I do this? New? No. How do I do power rename? When you type, what do I have to, is it over here? No. I have Power Rangers. I don't have power rename. How do I get power rename? What am I using for reverb voice? I have a mixer. Can't run different tabs with different credentials. Is that a new shell? No, I'm not. No, this is still Windows Terminal, and this is over here. That's PowerShell that I'm using. So how do I do power rename? How do I install this? I want to do this. Do the things. There was like a manage. He had a manage over here. Do I have to go somewhere else and come back? Do I have to close and reopen this? What have I done wrong, chat room? No. No. Don't make me reboot. Don't you make me reboot. I don't see power rename. No. Power Toys G? Well, okay, hang on. There's Power Toys. Yeah, whatever. Hello? I don't see it. Want to try that again? Nope, doesn't work. Nope, crashes right away. Is not working. Power Toys, you slay me. Tried to run it twice and it doesn't work. And now I've spent entirely too much time on this. No, sorry. It's in the system tray. What the heck is... Alright. How was I supposed to know it was in the system tray? Power rename. Okay. No. Settings. Power rename. Yes, how do I do this? Restore, search, replace, module overview. Shift right click. It's still not there. So, show icon in context menu. Now we get it. Hold on. Search for TreeView underscore. Yep, I just want to drop that off. Do I need to? I guess I need to select all of them. So now it drops off TreeView underscore. Okay. That works for me. Done. Good. All right, so now we've got, and let me view this as small icons, medium icons. I usually like details view, but I guess list works for here. So now I've got all the images for the tree view, and I have the other ones sitting in there. Yeah, it could use a little help on the not just the documentation side, but on the discoverability side. How do you get the PowerShell terminal theme? This back here? This back here? That's my configuration that I wrote. We wrote this on stream a while ago. Maybe I should save this profile JSON out. So that it's out there in case anybody wants it, and also so I can copy it in from somewhere else. But this is just a settings file, a profiles JSON settings file that you can interact with. Tell you what, you know what? I do have a repository we can put this in real quick here, just in case anybody else wants to get access to it. My background, I'm not going to share the logo, the background logo, because that's kind of trademark to me. But I can definitely make this available to you. So these are things that we do on the live stream. I feel like I could create a folder in here and place. Oh my gosh, look at how old that looks. And so let me go. And what do I have here that's new? Whatever. Those can go away, or whatever. Let's create a folder for let's call it dot files, because that's kind of the thing that you do with these in Unix land. Because I've also got a configuration I've put together for my Linux terminal as well. So dot files. And this is profile JSON. Save it in there. Git add profile JSON. Git commit added Windows terminal profile, and push that out. What? Fine. We'll pull in the changes first. There you go. So now you can get the dot files over in nope. There we go. You can get the changes now over here in the Fritz livestream repository. You can, if you're interested, you can get my Windows terminal configuration there. You can use Control scroll to zoom those lists as well and explore. Yes. Right, and it makes them bigger, easier to see. So, yep. So, But I want to change how we're referencing these names, and I want to add, now that I've got them renamed more appropriately, yeah, let's add everything that's in this folder, which also means it removed those two that I was referencing, node collapsed, node expanded. I think, yeah, there's only one place that it's referenced, and it's right here inside of the tree node. So instead of it being called node expanded, and we're going to need to update this so it's not just node expanded, I believe what we want to use is, come here you, default expand and default collapse. Now, if it is expanded, we want default collapse. So the naming's actually backwards from how I had that. Default. And I fully expect these are going to move here in just a minute. Default expand. And let's see what that looks like inside of our project, just to make sure it still looks the right way. The docs aren't banned, but the UI is very 1995 and the toys are still changing a lot. Yeah. So, get that build succeeded. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Come on. Get it started. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. My Stream Deck is running a little bit slower than I expected. Come on! We're waiting. There we go. TreeView. There you go. Those are the right icons. Good. Let's commit that change, and we'll start adding now the theme for TreeView so you can select which set of icons you want to appear. And we'll get into the grid lines, and it'll be all magic. No, that wasn't the magic. That was the broken button. That's the magic, so you can select and change those. Yes. So let me commit these to start. Yes. Yes. Tree node razor. Yeah, let's add that as well. That one. Added the images from web forms. Cool. I'm not going to push them out right away. Another thing that I want to do, and I'll do this off stream, between streams, I'm going to break my working repository off of the main Fritz and Friends repository, move it over to C# Fritz on GitHub, so that things that I'm staging to be worked on are in the C# Fritz repository, and when they're done, I'll push them over to the main Fritz and Friends organization. So that's something that we're going to manage back and forth, so that we don't have just me with commit rights updating and adding things. I did see there are a couple other pull requests hanging out here for the project. I saw, yep, there's 3 of them out here. I saw 2 of them, all 3 from Kabazi. Nice. And you added range validator, corrected integer spelling, and used test async. Fantastic. We'll get those merged today as well. Keeping an eye on the time. I have a hard stop at noon today. I have 1 hour left here with you because, quite frankly, I need to break down all of this, get it packed up, because we're taking it to Stockholm this weekend, and we're going to be broadcasting from Sweden next week. I'm going to try and broadcast at my regular times all week long. Keep an eye on the schedule just below here and on the title, also on Twitter, and if you follow us on Discord, I'll make announcements over in the announcements channel there to update if there's any changes to my schedule. I'm going to try and keep as regular a schedule as possible, and we're going to be broadcasting from Svitug in Stockholm. We're going to have some guests on. We're going to hopefully broadcast one or two of my sessions that I'm giving next week. Those of you that are in Stockholm, can't wait to come out and see you next week. But keep an ear open, keep an eye open as we get ready, as we visit Europe this week. Really looking forward to that. So, Wanted! I don't know what Skull is. What is that? I don't know. Moving on here. Okay, so we've added these. The TreeView control itself, right? Docs, TreeView has several different themes that you can use with this, and it feeds into the grid lines as well. So we need to be able to do grid lines. We started on grid lines, and the placement of those, but there's this theme that controls the images that we place in there, and this kind of feeds in towards what Smab was saying, these magic strings around the image names. We're going to move those out, put those into a constant location so that we don't have to put them together and reference them all the time. I'm just going to keep scrolling through these samples. There's, where is it? There's like a theme thing that happens here. It's not enable themes. What? No, it's like a look and feel. It's like an appearance or something. And there's several these. No, not those. Not the styles. We're not there. These are the custom image URLs that you can add for collapse, expand, and the line images folder. So maybe you don't like the plus and minus. Maybe you want your own in there. Maybe you. I don't know. So you can do that, but it's, where is it? It's like a theme in here. There's a name for it. ImageSet. So check this out, right? There's ImageSet. I'm going to move this over here just off screen so you can see that. And if we take a look back over here, right? So show me the list, right? XP File Explorer. Guess what? There they are. There's the images that go with it. MSDN. Yep, there's the MSDN ones. Windows Help. There's those. Simple and Simple 2. I don't see Simple. I'm not sure what Simple and Simple 2 are. Oh, Simple and Simple 2. They don't have expand images. That's lame. Bulleted list. Those are over here. Bulleted list 2 and 3 and 4. So you can use those. Arrows if you want arrows instead. News. Where's news? So, right. Contacts. Inbox. Sure, there's inbox. Events. Yep, we got events and FAQ up here. So all of these, right, will allow you to have that, and it is a very 1990s, early 2000s look and feel that you can use with your TreeView. Am I pronouncing it right? It's skal, means cheers in Swedish. Nice. Who has 2 thumbs, a bald head, a beard, and just got approved to attend MVP Summit? That guy, the Michael Jolly. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you.
Windows Terminal Config.
You're welcome, Nothing Else Matters. Thank you so much for those 300 bits. We'll make a donation to code.org, and 3 other folks just got Valentine's emotes there in chat. Skull, kind of. Okay. All right. I'll make sure I want to pronounce that right. So, oh my gosh, Michael Jolly's going to be at MVP Summit. We're trying to organize a live coders get together, some pictures, maybe even a stream, but definitely a tour of Channel 9 while we're there in town together. You're going to show up in nothing but a beard. It will be glorious. No. Don't do that. That's bad.
Oh my.
I agree. That would be... All right. So we have these different themes that are clearly the different logos that we have here, the different images. Oh, you'll dye your beard rainbow so you fit in. No. Is that Zardy BG? Hello. This is... Oh my gosh, and Frank's here! Frank!
Bushero's raided my stream with 14 viewers.
Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Jeff Fritz, and we're working on our Blazor components here. We're working on a tree view that mimics the behavior of the web forms control tree view, and we got the images for it because these are MIT licensed. We're gonna get those configured for the expand, collapse, and even for the various lines in the tree that you're going to be able to turn on and off. Great to see it. Copper Beardy's here. Copper Beardy, just like Frank, is another member of the Live Coders team, and our friend, the bald bearded builder, the Michael Jolly, is here. Potato Quality. Hello. The Potato Quality. That's right. So good to see you, my friend. Make sure you check out all of them. Potato Quality, Copper Beardy, Frank Bucheros, good to see you. And, of course, the bald-bearded builder himself, the Michael Jolly. We were just saying, Potato Quality, that the bald-bearded builder here is going to be joining us at MVP Summit this year. Are you going to make it across the ocean for the event? You're going to make it over here to the States for the MVP Summit? Because I want to make sure, not this year, next year. Okay. I'm trying to organize some live coders, fun stuff at MVP Summit for not just MVPs, but also for Seattle area live coders as well. Mr. Hellstorm, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. We're about 12 followers away from 9,500. At 9,500, well, before I get to that, Nightmare, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Bringing your Twitch Prime here. And we'll make a donation to code.org. But what was I saying? I was saying something. I can't remember. There's so many things going on, I'm confused. When this gets to 9,500, I have an autographed Code Party hat that we will give away, and a sticker pack I'll throw in there. And yeah, we want to celebrate when we get to 9,500. When we get to 10,000, I think I'll give away another backpack. I'll give away another Code Party hat. I've even got I've got a battery pack from our friends at Content Lab. I've got a bunch of stuff we'll give away when we hit 10,000, and we're going to set up for a 12-hour live coding party at 10,000. But 9,500, that's 12 followers. Tell your friends, tell your colleagues, hey, Skippy, go sign up. And follow Fritz.
_else_matters just gifted 5 subs.
Nothing else matters. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs into the channel. A bunch of folks are going to get emotes coming off of that. Zardy BG, DomFX, Sanad Meskin, Callow Creation, and Coding Gorilla. Congratulations, you all just got subscriptions, and I'm gonna make 5 donations to code.org. What am I gonna work on for 12 hours? Asks Mason Talks Code. We'll see. We'll plan for it. Maybe we run a poll. Maybe we continue and figure out what we do something more with this. But we're definitely gonna have some fun with that. So we might be close to unlocking. I haven't seen it. The hype train. Don't see the hype train yet. But yeah, look at the gift subs. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, and we will continue making donations. And we made the last of our donations for St. Jude just 2 weeks ago, but that I want to make sure folks are aware of that. I'm thinking in May of doing some St. Jude charity streams all month long, which may include doing a St. Jude charity stream live from Microsoft Build. We'll see. I've got a bit of work and planning to do before I can make that happen, but I definitely want to encourage helping kids with cancer, helping kids with these life-threatening killer diseases.
I'm Scott, I'm new here.
M1DW1, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate the Twitch Prime there. Oh, and here it is. We've unlocked the hype train. Thank you so much for the sub. Twitch Prime you get for free with your Amazon Prime subscription. Connect it to Twitch. You get a free sub you can use anywhere on the platform, use it here. You get 17 emotes. You get my thanks. We'll make a donation to code.org this quarter. And here comes the hype train. We've just unlocked that. We're at 64% already to get to level 2. To unlock level 2, voice mods are not available. Oh no! Let me turn them back on, because we definitely want the voice mods. Hello. Yes, Eternal Dev Coder. Let me cue that up. I think that's a fantastic idea to look at on stream here. Let me turn back on. I forgot I had these all turned off. Because if I know our friend Svava.
Let me add some value.
The hype train is here. We're at 72% to unlocking level 2. Nah, I wanted to reactivate them. Absolutely. Eternal Dev Coder was asking, should we build anything using gRPC? Absolutely we should. Yeah, we definitely need to get into that. Copper Beardy, thank you for the cheer. We'll do some gRPC. It's not going to be something I'll do right away here, but we'll get around to that. Nightmare, thank you so much for that.
72%, let's go.
Let me add some value.
Oh my god. Oh, Arc Blood. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that cheer. Here it comes. Here comes voice mod. Get that lit up here. Nope. 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 My voice mod is not working. See if we can recycle that. Come on, get it started. Thank you so much for that. 3 other folks in chat just got emotes from you. I'm trying to get the party time wired up here, I promise. We've got 2 minutes 45 seconds to get to level 3 on the hype train. Oh my goodness. There we go.
And the hype is real. Welcome in, Fishing Dev, 100 bits. Oh yeah, level 3 unlocked. Thank you so much. Yes, bring on the hype train. Here it comes. Thank you so much for the support. And we will make donations. All of this hype we're going to bring to code.org. No, this is not GLaDOS. This is DJ Fritzy Fritz. So good to be talking to you today. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the support. That's really great. Another 4 minutes if we want to try to get to level 4 here on the channel. Great stuff. Yeah, you liked it? You like this, Nightmare? Hugo! Oh yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. Another 150 bits into the channel. 5% there. Thank you for the follow. Saul Nunez Dev. Welcome in. Appreciate you joining us in the middle of a hype train. Thank you. Thank you for hanging around. Nothing else matters with another 100 bits. Thank you so much. Fritz with the voice mod is the new voice for Waze. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. That's a thing. I can hear Michael Jolly clipping it now. This is how we write code here. That's right. Welcome in. Oh man. So much fun when all the shenanigans happen here. And I'm gonna, since we've got party mode on with the hype train, I'm gonna just let this run until the end of the hype train. Arc Blood! 5 gift subs into the channel. Thank you so much. 25 folks just got emotes. Silk Fur 1, Slick Fur 1, JZE, Asaph, Sink Stuff, and Pero Coco, congratulations. You all just got gift subs from our friend Orkblood. And we're going to make 5 more donations to code.org. There's 5 total levels fishing dev. We are at 89% with 2 minutes to go to get to level 4. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the support. And I'll tell you, I got a friendly email from the folks at, oh my gosh, who do we support in the fall? It was Coder Dojo. I got an email from Coder Dojo. They were so happy with the support that we were able to send over to them. Really, really happy that we're able to pay it forward here, share a little bit, not just our learning, but some of our time, some of our treasures, that pass them forward to other folks who might need a little help. Oh yeah, look at the bot with all the arms in the chat room. Thank you so much. Very cool. Everybody's got the emotes. Look at them all flying around. Sing Code Monkey's song. What's a Code Monkey song? Is there a song? I don't know. About a minute left. So we, oh yeah, there we go. There's the clip. It just, yeah. I have a feeling we're gonna see this on Twitter. Don't tell Blow Dart. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. That's a thing. Totally a thing. Arigato, Mr. Roboto. That's a thing. I'm gonna need to save that, clip that out, put it down. Code Monkey by Jonathan Colton. Did not know that.
Let me add some value.
200 bits into the channel. Nightmare.
Let's go all the way to level 5.
Oh, we might. 20 seconds to go. 5% left. Are we gonna make it to level 4? Is that a thing? Oh my. Something strange. Yeah, this is fun. Orc Blood with 5 more subs. Oh my goodness.
5 subs.
Wow, thank you so much. Andre 2G, Tiny Blip in History, Big House 50, Curious Drive, and Wine Ball. Congratulations. Well, and then 25 others got gift emotes in chat. We just moved on to level 4 of the hype train. We're gonna keep going with party mode here for a little bit. Congratulations to all our gift subs. Thank you so much, Orc Blood. We'll make 5 more donations to code.org. This is how you get Fritz distracted from writing code for a little bit. You know what I'm saying here? Just keeping the thing going. And then it's hard for me to say while thinking with this in the background. And then. You see, when I can hear it, it is distorted and gets weird. You really want party mode and fader mode. No, I can't stack them like that. No. So, 60% to level 5. More party, says Adam TT. Well, maybe. We could. Not gonna sing a song. No. Wally
Wally_KC just resubscribed for 2 months. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you so much, Wally. Oh my goodness. Really appreciate that. That's another gift we're gonna make. You're gonna get those 17 emotes. And turn off the ads on the channel. And most importantly, you get to throw emotes at my face. Wally. How's that, Nightmare? Is that good? If Frank is distracted, can't do anything while party mode is enabled. It's a party. There's things happening. We're not working on controls and components and code. No. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Adam makes a very good point here. How do you keep a coder's attention? Party mode. Orc blood!
Gifted 20 subs.
20 gift subs into the channel. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, thank you. We're going to make 20 donations to code.org. And Bumblecod, Elliot Brand, Propman D2, James M008, Otherglow, Coin Hall, Source Good, wow, pick something my TV, yeah. 3 IDET Nalaj, Mr. Hex, Vishard, Drake Test, Steve 7411, Rad 401, Seahawk, J4 RRA, Raventhorn, Aaron and Cincy, and Shark Deed. You all just got gift subscriptions from our friend Orkblood, and 100 other folks in chat just got Valentine's emotes. Amazing. Thank you so much. That's level 5. We've cleared level 5. There is no more. We're above and beyond over the goal for level 5. Thank you so much for your generosity, Orkblood. The other folks that have cheered like nothing else matters. Very cool. I appreciate those cheers. Appreciate all of your support. This is really cool. You're laughing so hard. We've got 50 seconds left on party mode here as the hype train wraps up. Very cool. This has been pretty freaking awesome. Oh my gosh!
You're welcome, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you. 1,300 we're going to make as a donation to code.org. We're going to help kids learn about science and technology in the classroom. Very cool. Always happy to pay that forward. Absolutely.
Let me add some value.
Adding some value. Very cool. Level 5 hype train emotes are going out right now. It's the hype unicorn. There it goes. Kinga. Oh yeah. Thank you so much for another 300 bits. 3 other folks in chat are gonna get emotes off of that one. Thank you. Thank you everyone. And potato quality. Oh my friend, thank you. Another 100 in. Absolutely. More donations to Code. I love supporting these organizations. It's really cool. Thank you. But the hype train is done. It's time to get back to software.
And now it's just me again. So much love, so much hype in there. Thank you so much for all the hype and love and your support. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. You're going to miss the hype train nightmare? Sorry to say. Sorry about that. It was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. Thank you everybody for the support. Really great stuff. And it looks like our friend Michael Jolly is tweeting about this. Software is so boring, but Friday, yes. Come watch for the code, stay for the dance party. You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
Totes my goats.
It's one of those things that makes this so much fun. It should be.
It's illegal in 9 countries.
But it's not. You can do it. You can do it all here. So you need some distractions today, Smab? Well, we've got tons of distractions for you. Okay, so let's get into this. Getting focused on this project. Well, it's my struggle. It's my.
This is my fight song. Take back my life.
So, and I'm actually going to be demonstrating and talking about this project in Sweden at Svetug, showing off all the cool things that we built. I know! The squirrels have me plenty distracted here. So stressed now, says Blazor, Mr. Magoo. Really need to learn to mute and minimize during a hype train. Sorry about that. It's a little crazy. And actually, we've had some very successful hype trains here. I can turn up and down the difficulty of the hype train appropriately for our organization here. I have it on medium difficulty right now. I can turn it up to hard so that it doesn't go quite as long, and it takes a little bit more to go further. But if we have one or two more successful ones, I'll dial it out a little bit further. The nodes are the TreeView is a huge components map. It's a very large component, and we've been able to simplify significantly because of how the components interact with each other here on in Blazor. So if we keep that up, we're going to be able to eliminate a lot of code, and we won't have to reference the JavaScript. So, Zebcode wants to go to Comic Sans. No, don't you do that to me. Don't you do that to me. I can see it happening now. And I can hear Svava in the Discord chat room laughing at me. Deleting code makes you happy? Yeah, it makes me happy too to delete code. So here's what I'm thinking. For the image set here, let's turn this into a more full-featured enumeration so that these settings have buried in them when you select an image set, has these file names hard-coded into there that correspond to these files. So we don't have those magic file names that we're passing around, but they're in that one place that corresponds to the image set that's appropriate for our tree view. We can just pass it around. The robot voice and then was great. I've got other voices here. I've got lots of other voices that we can switch to. No, not the Walter Graph font. Don't do it. All right. So let's create an image set enumeration for our tree view that'll contain all of those things that we can start to work with here. So we have enumerations right here, and I'm going to create right inside of here the image set. I think that's just, I don't care what it is. You know what? I'm gonna make my own thing on this. I'm gonna make my own thing. Alt-Shift-C, and here we go. This is, let's call this TreeView Image Set. Wingdings is not an option. It doesn't work with Visual Studio. I got an idea. I'm gonna pull a whammy here. There was a little bit of a reorg in the Visual Studio organization this week. See, Wingdings isn't in the list here. Oh, I can't click this. Report a problem. Suggestive feature. Suggestive feature, report a problem. Digging through stacks to fetch. Are you ready for this? The things I do for you, chat. It would be fun to be able to support these fonts in Visual Studio editors and Windows. And I'm going to give you a link, chat room. If you really, really want this, it will be public. Come on, reload. What? I have one that needs my attention. Code lens disappears in some files. There is some discussion back and forth on that. Is it? Did I put it over here? I thought I put it over here. Where'd it go? It's not here yet. Darn it! This is like the request I get all the time in chat here, and I want to make sure I give you a link. Don't, right? This is the Visual Studio Feedback Developer Community. Can you have font awesome in Visual Studio? No. You're gonna downvote it, that's fine. This is totally me playing with the new folks that are at in the Visual Studio, not new in the organization. Right? I want the developer community. Go there now. Right, Visual Studio. Yeah, there's versions, topics. How do I see mine? My feedback. Did they hide it from me? It's not there. Ah, there it is. If you want this capability, there's your link. Share it on Twitter, share it on the Facebook, share it on the LinkedIn. There you go. If you want to support Wingdings and Webdings fonts, go ahead and paste that in there. Oh, Blazor Mr. Magoo found it before me. Whatever. That's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna... Getting back into this. We want to be able to have enumerations that are... And some of these are a little bit more complex than just a standard enum. Right, TreeView ImageSet is the one that I'm working on. Here we go. We have a public abstract class that has these static features to it so that you can't create one of these. But we have these features out here and we can add to them things like our file name that we're going to place on this. So this is a public abstract class, right? And this is our container for those image sets that we have here. This one. There they are. Okay. So, right, there's a feature that we're going to define here so that we have the various file names available for this. Hey, Jean Valjean. Hello, hello. That would be a challenge worth the Fritz bits to force me into Wingdings or Webdings. Get onto MySpace, ask Tom to upvote, ask Tom to sign up for Twitch. We are 10 followers away from another giveaway here on stream. That's Dat Random Tanker. Welcome in, appreciate the follow. Good to see you, and I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. So, what are the elements that we need to be able to write? The named elements we need to support here. I'm going to put this back to list. And let's look at the default ones here. There's 16 of them that we need to be able to support. My coffee mug is empty. That's fine, I've got a can as well. Switch right into vanilla cappuccino. And it's still in the green can. Here's the thing, right? This is from our friends at Madrinas. You can see Madrinas there. They sent me a water bottle. Do you see the problem with the water bottle? See? Madrinas. But no, you don't see the water bottle because they made it green! Yeah, that's a thing. For ease of transition from web forms, wouldn't reusing the type name and enum value names make it easier? Here's the thing. You don't use the type name actually in the code. It ends up giving you just this string. So if we make that string a thing, it should just work, right? If it's something you can make clickable. So I'm going to move this over here, kind of scroll that down here, put that up there, and this over here, so we can see all the things at once. There we go. So all the ones highlighted, those are the property names we need, because, and actually, not all of these have all of the properties, right? What did I miss? The challenge is to have font awesome and have fa-fa spin on everything. No, we have...
Jeff fa-fa.
See? You don't need fa-fa spin. You have Jeff fa-fa. Okay, let me create properties for each one of these file names. And I think I don't... Actually... I don't think, looking at how these are standardized names, right? They've done a great job on standardizing the names of the images. A converter of sorts is definitely something that we're looking into in the future here. I don't think we need one per se right now. Okay. Let's do this. Let's create some properties for each one of these names, but let's make the default really a default here. So let's do this. These are always going to be strings. Collapse. And right, I might even be able to get away with name of here to make these things work. Do I even... I don't think I need actually those field names. I think we might be able to get away with... Yeah. Thinking out loud, right? So these are the different classes that are just one of those. So if I do that same thing here, so public class, what do you mean starting in IntelliSense? Whatever. Public static class. No, it's not a static class because it's going to inherit from this. We're going to make the first one. I'm going to do it in alphabetical orders here, the ones that I have. Arrows, which is a TreeView Imageset. Right. Done. Public class, what's the next one down? Bulleted list. TreeView Imageset. Right, I don't need a space between these. Public class, what's next? Bulleted list 2. TreeView Imageset. You know what? Let's do this because I'm lazy. Public class bulleted list 3. Public class bulleted list 4. Public class contacts. Public class default. Public class events. Public class FAQ. Public class inbox. There's MSDN. No, didn't want that. No! That's better. Public class news. Simple. We also have Simple 2, Windows, and XP Explorer. So public class, Simple 2. Now, really? Windows, XP Explorer. There we go. Okay. Fritz and Friends as well? What do you mean? What? How's it going, Mike Holloway? Good to see you. You changed your name. Every tick of the clock is closer to the weekend. Writing more code for fun. Yes. Fritz and Friends TreeView Imageset. Well, I don't have a TreeView Imageset named after me. I mean, we could, but I don't. So these are now, right, properties that just return those. Right? Arrows. Arrows. Should do that as a prop, make it easier. Hey! Let's see, bulleted list 3. What's next? Contacts. This is annoying. I worry about that default. Events. Part of me wants to namespace these inside of, you know? Yeah. Inbox MSDN. Spell it right. Wow. How'd I get that one wrong? The things I do, I tell you. News, simple windows. Really? Simple. Right. Are you kidding? I must break you. Windows and XP Explorer. I'm gonna copy that one. Done. Okay. So now we have our TreeView Imageset object. 0 Dan 1. Windows help, right? A little bit. Bonus feature, the Fritz and Friends TreeView Imageset. Well, what should be in there? You're trying to recover from party mode? You're trying to recover from party mode? What?
What's so bad about party mode? Yeah.
At least I didn't turn on the hamsters. Right?
Or the storyteller. That's a thing. Totally a thing. So sit back, children, and enjoy.
See, it could be so much worse. So much worse. All right, friends, let's get into this. Some of these have features and some of these do not. All of the tree features, dash and these, the letters, no expand. No expand, I think, is kind of a default one that we need to have. We need to hang on to here. Oh, look at that. The stream has been up for 7 hours and 24 minutes. That's the yeah. Bruh. That was awesome. How's it going there, bruh? Didn't get that fixed. No, it's, you know what, it's probably because my machine hibernated and the time on the virtual machine isn't restarting properly when it comes out of hibernation overnight. Why am I creating a class for each of the images? Can't you create a single class, take the title, file URL as input, and assign an instance of each to a property with the name you want, and use the static... So I'm using the static import trick here. But some of these have features and some of them do not. Arrows has collapse and expand, but it doesn't have the various nodes. Bulleted list has leaf node, parent node, root node, but it doesn't have the expand and collapse capabilities. So we have different features that we can enable and we can't enable when we use the different sets, and we need to turn those on and off appropriately. Adam, I run the bot out of a Docker container, and the Docker container is running on top of a VM. So when it restarts, sometimes the clock isn't the same when I come out of hibernation. So my thinking, Eagle, is I need to be able to turn on and off some of these features that these images correspond to. So that's a thing. But the actual file names, I think we can compose. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm thinking here. Because if we did this right, it's going to be tremendous. It's going to look amazing. There will be no other. There will be no doubting the brilliance of the one and only.
Just for fun.
See, when I push these buttons, I wait in
Anticipation.
Thank you. Just takes a while to get that all out there, right? So, okay. Here's my thinking, right? So, the name of the property that we're trying to support is over here. It is ImageSet. So, let's add ImageSet. That comes before T. So, we'll stick it in here on the tree. Not on the tree node. I want the tree view. Tree view. Who put this JavaScript in this project? Oh, wait. That's in the web forms. Never mind. My bad. Not that one. Right? There will be no JavaScript in this project. No. There won't be any JavaScript.
There can be only one.
Not even one. Sorry. I don't care how immortal you are. There will be no JavaScript in this project. All right. Public image, tree view image set. There we go. Okay. Get set, and we're gonna initialize this with not that. Oh, snap. Did you see that? I know. Default appears directly under enums, and it probably should appear inside of our TreeView image set class. Yes. Can we do it like that? Can we do that? Can that totally be a thing? No, because we just fouled these up. No, we're not going to work on any JavaScript in here today. We're in Blazor. Not even one? How about two? No, nightmare, no! The other enums has a suffix for classes. Does it? Oh, it has the same. Okay, you're right. You're right. So if we put TreeView ImageSet on the end of these class names, right? Can I just F2 this? Can I? Please tell me that works. Did that work? It did. Good. Ugh. Right, because that would be just awful. To have the, right, it gets a little confusing on those. So let's simplify, doing the thing. Right? Can I get some do the things in the chat room? Let's fill up the screen with some do the things. Right, copy paste, doing the code things.
Oh my.
No, not the oh my, the do the thing. There it is. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I'll go back over here and do this thing. That's not in tree node. I want to be in tree view. So now instead of that, I want to be able to say TreeView ImageSet dot wait a sec. Did I do that wrong? I bet you I did that wrong. No, not F2. F12 jumps into here. Right? These shouldn't be get sets. And this is an abstract. These should be... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing here. Forgive me. These should be statics. And these should just be like that, right? More of that functional programming. How did I do this so... Bolded list TreeView image set, right? Should be like that. New bolded list 2. New bolded list 3. New bolded list. Hey, look at that. It's picking up and suggesting the right one for me. Not equals. There we go. New context. Not equals. I did equals again instead of the... I forget what it's called. New... Yep, found that one. Resharper? Don't know. I don't run Resharper. I run just Visual Studio. This is all base Visual Studio stuff. Right? New one of these. I'm not even looking at it now. Look at that. So now if I go back over to TreeView. So TreeView image set, yeah. Now why is it coming up with that instead of coming out of here? You're telling me this should be an equals on these. But it's still not. Zerg Rush! Oh, no. No Zerg Rush. And why didn't the attention... Yeah, attention's turned on. Try the attention again. There it is. So it should be like that. But it's still not giving me the appropriate property on these. Right? I could do a find and replace on this, but this isn't too bad. Right, this is TreeView Imageset. It's still giving me the full class name. Right? So now TreeView Imageset isn't even giving me... TreeView Imageset, and it's not, I'm not getting the autocomplete. Why am I not getting it? Right? I jumped through and there it is, public static. Shouldn't have to know it. And I can't make it a static class. Thank you for the follow. Adrian Hall is here as well. Hello, hello. Low B Nick. Hello. Should they all be assigned the same property? No. No, it's an abstract class. I'm not. Nope. And the way we did it over here, public static, and it's the various types with that equals new blah blah. So you're able to say public abstract class, this, and get those. Right? Public static, and this should come up. Right? Check it out. There it is. Even though it's an abstract class, yeah, I do. It's right there. Yeah, I do. That should totally work. Should totally compile and work. Invalid token. Oh, I don't... That's what you meant. Well, this has been a blast. This has been just... There it is. Oh, my goodness. Thank you.
Oh, my.
I know. I know. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? So, the image set, we should be able to compose what the names for all of these things are. But it feels like that should actually be inside of here. Right? For example, where's my files? Let's take collapse. Right, if I say name of this, If we do string concat, if I say name of this, right, and this, yeah, what do you mean it doesn't have a name? Yeah, the property didn't have a name. Right, but this isn't a thing. It doesn't know what this is. Could I use an attribute? Use an attribute to define all the names of these? Type of this, get name. Well, if I do name of, see, it still doesn't like. Yeah. This get type name.
Hey, listen.
I saw it. I saw it. That'll work. Sure. Yep. I think that's it. So, right. So that'll give me collapse. I have expand, no expand. And I'm purposely keeping the underscores separate so I can just update these over here. Be nice if I could just say name of this property and get it. This get type name, and no need for this. No need for what? Are you freaking kidding me? Friends, while we've been sitting here, I've received 5 phone calls from Chinese scammers. Yeah. This is going to be fun. I'm going to have some fun with them later. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Why are they calling? I know. Lunar New Year. I can do name of on expand. Well, that doesn't add too much value for me here. Because these properties aren't going to change. Right? This isn't something where these are going to update in the future. No expand, leaf node, parent node, root node. Root node. And I do see the time I'm going to need to call this here. But I think you see the pattern that I'm going for here. So then, when I have my tree view being, my tree nodes being built, and they're trying to decide which collapse node to show, I'm going to be able to reference and use those appropriately. Right, I should be able, instead of having the node image be this, it's going to be, right, this is kind of that base location that I should put into a property somewhere. Right, let's actually codify that as a constant. Public constant string, and let's call this image location. Right, so we have that base. So then I can just turn this into image location and then I can say parent TreeView ImageSet. Now the logic flip-flopped. Expand is going to be this one. Otherwise, this will be collapse. That works. Hey, Nick Larson. Hello, hello. What do you got, Kabazi? GetType.name is not working because the type has TreeView ImageSet suffix. Over here. Yes, you're right. So, since they all have the same end, I can just replace that. Right? Like so. Hey, thank you for the follow. iTimeless. Welcome in. Appreciate you joining us. A part of me thinks that I should have a... Now that I've got the same thing over and over and over again here. Public string, format, file name, string image, file base. And this will be something like that. String concat, type name, place, and this is so now we can say return just that. Right? That feels so much better. Instead of having to do all these string concats again and again and again. Since it's a standard naming, right? But I'm going to end up going through and applying this to most of this project. There we go. Right, is that better? Or I could substring from the end. Sure. Sure. Right, and substring off, what is that? 4, 8, 13, 16 off the end. Sure. What was it again? 4, 8, 13, 16. Substring 0 to, well, it's going to be the length minus that. Ugh. Just do the replace. There it is. Okay. I could have, I could turn these into, sure. Sure. Right, I can do this in that same syntax. Right? Get rid of that. Now, what might be a little bit more interesting is for those sets that don't have the file, right? Yeah. This I feel like we should wrap. There we go. For those sets that don't have these files available, that's nice and short. We could yeah, it'll create the string once. We could do we can override these and have it point to something else. Right, or just return null. Right, so if we make these virtual, right, now we can override them, and where they aren't set down here, set them to null. So instead of returning the default here, do the other thing. Yeah, you're right. I'm about 15 minutes over, so let's get cleaning up here. So that I can start getting ready to go to Stockholm. All right, I'm going to save everything off. Let's get back over to here. We added our TreeView image set. We added all those things in there. So we will add... started implementing, and I'll finish going through and implementing these probably on the flight. Started implementing TreeView image set, because my goal, I'd love to be able to show this working with the complete image sets live on stage. Oh my gosh, DJ Vortex got there for record a voiceover. I have to go, my friend. Whisper me the script that you'd like me to read, and we'll set up and record that next time. I'll have my, I'll have this microphone with me, and we should be able to do something there. If not, I will hang on to that. I'll keep it in the reward queue here, so that next time I'm home here, I can do that recording. But I'm not going to be able to do it right now, and we should be able to do something about that. Thank you so much. I appreciate the redemption for a voiceover, and we'll make sure that you get that as soon as possible here. I just need to run, is all. Let me check out who's streaming out there, who we can set up for a raid here on Twitch. The big Twitch network, home of your live coders team. That sounds good. I need to use that. Twitch.tv, home of the live coders. Let me see. Who are the recommended live channels that we check out? Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna raid somebody. I like to raid creative folks here on. I did push it up. Yes, the commit is pushed out. I don't want to push it up yet. I like to raid folks who are creatives on Fridays. So let's set up the raid, and I'd like to raid our friend. She was here 2 days ago. Well, we're going to raid Imperial today. She is, she's a tremendous person. Likes to play games here on Twitch. Loves to interact with her community, do all kinds of creative things, whether it's sewing, making different types of crafts and things. It looks like she's making an exorcist bag here on her channel. So friends, stick around for the raid. Let's announce ourselves. Let's be welcoming to her as we get over to Imperial's channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This video, like all my other videos, will be available on YouTube. I sent over 3 new videos yesterday. I'm going to send over 3 more today, available for you to watch from the archive, coming out of December. And we're going to get all the January videos lined up. And I will see you Sunday from Stockholm, Sweden for Svitag. All right? Take care, everybody. We'll see you then.